Morning, everybody. How y'all doing? I have been told uh, that this match is highly anticipated. This is Reefer versus Imp circa 2007, 2008. And sounds like people have been enjoying the content, so I was going to go ahead and cast this one. And let's get it popping. Are we coming in mid-match? No, we aren't. Okay. Yeah, I had to watch this once before because it goes at kind of a high speed, like the other 2007, 2008 ones we just saw with Reaper in my first two uploads. So I'm going to try to slow this down when I can to catch some good moments. And it looks like it's 0-0 and they're starting right now. Hit him with the blue. Going back in for yellow, trading some damage. Empty with the diagonals, Reaper with the sweeps. So Impact is rapidly moving between blue and yellow, and looks like Reef's getting through for his nice yellow and penetrating. I know Scorp's gonna make a sexual joke about that. Impact doing switches between blue and yellow. And it looks like, if we slow it down and go back, it looks like Reefer is beating Impact to the punch on those sweeps. So there's one tick already, and Impact hasn't even landed the downswing yet from blue overhead. And so that might be a part of the issue, is that Impy is going forward down blue first before starting his sweeps, which is a natural movement to go forward down, then left to right, left to right. So here is Impy's path. Oops, I don't want to do that too. I want to do this. No, I don't want to do that. Oh my goodness. Here it is. If I can do it. So Impy is going here, and then boom, boom, boom. That's his path. But Reef went immediately into here. So that's going to cut off a forward down and beat him to the sweep. That looks like that's what happened. So let's keep him going. Yep. Lateral motion beat the forward. Yellow getting through. Reef is... So I want to see if that's... Again, these guys are going so fast. I want us to go back and see what happened there for the kill. So Reef... I'm not sure what happened right here. Looks like Impy came out for a stagger step and yellow left and aimed outside to try to get the stagger step to go into Reef. But Reef already was in the same direction and just sweeps up with a blue left. So I'm not sure what the intent was here for aiming that stagger step away. Maybe it was to point it eventually into Reef to take advantage of the yellow over the blue sweep. But he wasn't quick enough to aim it into the blue sweep and thus got punished. Good kill by Reef. It is 3-0 Reef. And it looks like execution-wise, Reef definitely has an advantage here in quickness and in stylistic changes at the last second. Reef coming in with a quick blue. Impy doing some good parrying, catching up a little bit. Good parry. See, that's another thing too, is if we go back, I'm gonna do after this parry, roll away. See, okay, so he rolled away, Reef's going the other way. And I think nowadays what you'd see is a little bit of time and spacing here, a little bit of planning, but Impy goes right back in. And we have Reef set up to go in with a yellow left versus Impy blue standing, and yellow left would beat a standing blue side to side. And let's see what happens here. So parry. And then roll away. So they cancel each other out. Those are good angles for blue to counter that yellow. And then the space, the planning space right here, Impy comes back in, signals pretty early a right yellow, and the risk there is it's a little bit too early for that spacing. So I think that Reef is going to see that and come in. Yep. So he's countering it the same way that you would counter against a red that was released too early. He goes down to the opposite side and swings down yellow. So what we're seeing is, let's see, let me get my little thingy thing. So what we're seeing is Reef. He's in this motion. And Impy is coming out. And so the path for Reef, what I think is going to happen, is he's going to come in and punish it before he can come back around on the blue and punish the blue with the yellow that he's currently in. Okay. And that's 1 tick, 2 tick, and that's actually a trade. So if you see it, I found out this new little tool I can use. And you see, so that's 1 tick. And then that is 2 ticks. So that looks like a blue for yellow trade. And that's actually not a bad tactical choice, considering the 46 is enough to trade a 30 hit to get 1 more hit in. So he's confident that he can get Reefer down during this exchange. But let's see what actually happens. I think that might have been 2 ticks even. Good lunge. And then the counter lunge to follow up to punish the lunge exposure. You notice the chat's pretty busy. It's usually good sportsmanship for spectators, except for the scorekeeper, to keep chat instead of team chat, but this seems to be a different time when people were a little bit less careful about that. I think generally everybody's being pretty okay about it, but it's ideally what you want to happen. But if you're matching and you want to get in somebody's head, talk your shit. You know, it's psychological warfare's in the bag. As long as you're not too malicious about it, I mean, it's whatever. Good sweeps by Impy. Surprised Impy didn't hit that red. It's pretty close. I think Reefer got lucky. That was a close one. 6-0 Reef. And Impy does get a couple kills. And, okay, that's the line I keep hearing about. So what happened in chat? So what happened is Impy says he needs a skin change, and then people were coming down hard on him for that. But it's like, you know, people have weirder habits in professional sports of trying to change up their mentality. And so if that's something that players find helpful, dude, do it. Even if it was just like, hey, I need to get up and get some water. I'll be right back. Like, do what you got to do. Duel each other at your best. Like, don't, you know, feel pressure to not do the things that make you a better duelist, no matter how unorthodox they are. Good hits by Impy. Another good hit by Impy. Good sweep. So far, it's a flaw. Nice. So that's a little bit of good momentum going back in Impy's direction as he got some good hits in between each swing. Another good hit. Impy's, maybe Reef's getting careless, or Impy just got sharper. Those are technical hits that Impy landed. Those aren't... People are saying luck in the chat, but those are technical hits. He's getting in between them. He's showing off his skill as a dueler. Duelist, dueler. What term do I want to use here? Even on HP right now. Idle hits. That was a good attempt at a red by Impy. Good lunge and follow-up to cover the exposure by Impy. Wow. I thought that was a lot more even than the HP reflected. I think this is my favorite out of the 2007 series so far. It looks like the planning's a little bit better by both players. Good blue overhead. Good parrying by Impy. Again, another good red backflip attempt. Lot of parries and deflects going on. Oh, got some lag. Play on. It is 8-3. Reef to impact. 8-2. By mistake. Reef to impact. Good sweep by Impy. Another good hit. He is really good. He comes in with the yellow sweep, and then he follows up with the lunge. But the lunge in that case left him a little bit exposed for an easy hit, so we're going to go back and see that. So Impy's lunges are aggressive, angular, strategic, but you see Reefer can avoid that one and come back in for the punish. One more time. Come through. Frame, frame, frame. And then Impy's going down for the lunge. Off. Misses it. Reefer goes away. Blue overhead. Not going to clear that distance, but it is going to keep him honest. And I think that's where we see the downfall, as we have this saber going this way, Impy go. So what I see is some blue movement going this way, and then Reefer's movement is a little bit tighter, so I think he's going to beat him to the sweep. I think he's getting ready to yaw into... I meant to make that blue. Pretend this is blue, everybody. Thank you. I think he's just getting ready to raw into an aggressive blue drag, twist it around, because he had the intent to directionally confuse Reef, and then twist it around, lunge to finish, and that would have finished him with this HP. But I think Reef beat him to the punch. Yep. Killed by Reef. It's 9-2. I would like to see Impact get one more. I've watched this a couple times, but I can't remember. It's just so fast-paced. Great parrying. Good red attempts by Reef. It's been a lot of good red attempts, but we don't see a lot of red triples or red doubles. It's just these. It's all yellow showcasing and some blue penetration. There it is. So it was 10-2, and a lot of these kills seem to be Reef getting in with the blue and beating Impact to the punch on the sweeps. But despite what the scoreboard says, Impact had some good matches, and if they're all within the HP that's 50 and below, that tells me that the score isn't necessarily reflective of the skill of these players like at all. Reaper had better execution, there's no doubt, today, like on this match, on this day that the match took place. But these are two technical players, and we saw some brilliant moments early on. I think it was Impact's second kill in particular, where he was able to get some really solid in-between hits and really showcase that he is a technical player that can match Reaper toe-to-toe. So this is a great match. People requested that I kind of take a look at this, and I'm glad that I did. It was a pleasure looking at this. Impact is a player that still plays. Reaper, unfortunately, does not. So we're trying to get him back. That would be a good thing for everybody. And I think that's it for this one. I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.